Hi you guys, welcome to Elena for Crafts. So I am coming to you to bring you some projects that I've been working on, and I've been working on projects that I need to mail out on Friday and some tomorrow. Well, tomorrow and Friday. So I've been busy working on some of the projects and stuff like that. So thank you so much for coming on by and checking my videos out, and welcome to the new ones and welcome back to my original ones. So I wanted to come on and show you some things that I worked on, and I have a very surprise for you guys. So I'm going to be doing a DIY, and it's going to be using these ones here, and I'm going to show you exactly what I'm going to do, and we are going to do it together, you guys. So the first thing I am going to do is share some of one of my projects that I'm so happy about. So I have heard of, well, I know it's been out, but for me, I'm like, I've never heard of it, and when I did, I just thought, wow, I love the idea, I love the concept. It's great to use your stash. It's great to just something to send to someone, 1, 2, 3, and you're done, So I think it's a great concept. I'm always looking for those ideas because of time for me and how much time I take to make projects, create, gather my supplies, and start from beginning to end. So I'm always looking for those. Okay, you guys, sorry, I had to turn down the music. And so I'm always looking for those, and some of you know that I have back problems, and that has to do with my sciatica and arthritis and all that stuff. So sometimes when I spend a little too much sitting up whatever I'm working on, I sometimes can strain my back. What is this little piece of cardstock? And so I try to limit, like, if I, come home and I want to do, or work on a project, and I look at how much time it's going to take me, and I start it and I keep it going, and I might not finish it in one sitting. It depends on the project. I will take a break, do what I have to do, and then I will come back later to work on it, and then I'll finish it. So I do that now. I've been doing that for about probably 3 years or so. And so I do that now, which before I would be able to finish the whole project. And it takes a little time for me, to get that together. And so so I'm always looking for projects that you can just whip up right away, and either swap or send out to someone, or as a rack or happy mail, or just make one for yourself, and so that's what I have done. So I'm going to share the project that I really loved about is the Flow Junk Journal book. You can, if you don't know what that is, you can go ahead and Google it and look it up on YouTube, and there is so many videos, because I have been watching videos after videos, tutorials after tutorials, swaps after swaps that they do and stuff like that. And I just love the concept. you know. It mainly, roughs around, your trashy junk journal or your scraps, and, just stuff that you have at home, that you can throw in there. But I also came up with something on, because things that, how I create. And I wanted to do it my style and what I like, and what I enjoy. And I know that whoever I send it to, that the person is going to enjoy it even more, because I know what I like, and what I like to do, that person can do the same. So, and I'm totally want to make one of these for me, because I think it's very simple and very great to have right by your desk or your area. So, the flow book is supposed to be, like those flow books that are so expensive, the magazines. And I've never bought one. I've seen them. I've seen them at Barnes and Noble, Joann's. I look through them and I'm like, wow, so they are a little pricey, but I thought, well, the Flow magazine is all full of new patterns, new flip pages, new cardstock, new pictures. So I did my take on the Flow book, what I thought, how I would like mine to be. So this is what I did, and I want to share it with you guys. So I came up with this one. And this paper, if you remember when I did my Joann's haul, I bought the this paper at Joann's when they were $1 and some change. I bought the 12 by 12, so I cut it half, and I made this. This size could be like about 6 by 6, I'm thinking, somewhere around there. And then I just tied some lace on there. And the only thing that I glued on here is just this antique chair that I made a while ago. And I had it in my stash for a long time because I didn't know what I was going to do with it. I just love, how you say it, altering little things. So I was just saving it just for, a special project. And I thought this was perfect. So I added that. It was already done because I had already altered it. So I added that on there. And then I glued some of this lace, if you remember, that I got at a dollar store. And it's this one. This lace. This was 99 cents. I got this, I think, about 2 weeks ago. And so I just loved it so much. So I used that. And that's all I did. I didn't want to add too much. And so I just wanted to just leave it as is. So I'm just going to flip through what I show you. Well, I'm going to show you. So I just added a vellum envelope. And all this stuff is just from my stash and my paper, because I love paper and different things. So I have some little like feathers and cutouts and stuff like that. And like I said, I have like a pile that I keep in folders of different cutouts and papers when I'm doing cards, and I put all the leftover cutouts in my folder. So I did that. And all you do, it's up to you, but you can stitch the pages to add them on here, so it's easy for them to like you can stitch them all together or whatever way you want. I didn't do that. I didn't do any kind of binding. I didn't do any kind of like I would use twine or thread. I didn't do none of that. All I did is fold the pages that I chose to add in here and just add it in here, and that's it. So just so it's easy for the person to remove it. because that's what the flow book is all about, is for them to use these. So let me go ahead and show you. So I'm just going to flip through what I added. As you can see, I added different kinds of papers. I added some tags. Just different things. $20.15. Well, they can still use that. And I added my shaker pocket that I did, if you guys remember when I did that. I added an envelope. So I added this. Some of my sticky notes that I have in my stash. As you can see, I added a antique kind of ish paper clip that I did. I did that one. And then I added these bags that I love adding stuff to. And then, oh my God, I love these cards from Michaels. I had some, so of course I wanted to share some of those. And all these were just cutouts from my my scrap folders, and I just added them in here. I have that one from Jane Davenport. I mean, I know they do it like junk journal, you know, it's supposed to be like recycle items and stuff like that, but I feel like if you look at the Flow magazines, they are not created that way. So they are created with their new patterns and their new collages and their new tags and their new images and stuff like that. So it's pretty much, it's up to you how you want to do it. If you want to do it that way, you can. If you want to do it from envelopes of mail and bills that you saved, and you can use that as well. But this is what I decided to do. So I made a lace. Also added a lace in there. So I added different kinds of laces that I had in my stash, and that I have some that I wanted to share. So I added some of that too. And then I just added washi tape just so they can remove it. And just added bags and envelopes. And some of these I got at a thrift store, a book. And I love using these. So I went ahead and added a couple of those too. So as you can see, it just goes on and on. This is the other side of it. I love that image. So beautiful. And then of course I wanted to add some napkins, and these are some of my favorite napkins I have in my stash. So I wanted to add that one, this one, and then some of these. So this is what I added, and then you just fold it and then just tie it with this lace. So that is my take on a Flow book, you know, Flow junk journal book, and it's great to share all your stuff. And I love that, because I always say sharing is caring. So that is my video, you guys. So if you enjoyed it, give me a thumbs up. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment box. And thank you so much for stopping by. And if you want to look up about what Flow books, junk journals is all about, go check it out. There's so many videos. I'm like, oh my God, I saw so many. So anyways, I hope you enjoy this. And if you did make one, let me know. and I will go check out your video to see your take on making your own flow book. Okay, so I will talk to you soon, and I will be back for my DIY. Bye, you guys.